Hey guys, welcome back to BRB Building Your Brand with Steph and Sky. Today we're diving into a topic that is as old as time itself, yet is constantly evolving in the digital age, and that would be storytelling. But first, a few things as always. We've noticed that each week our episodes seem to be getting shorter and shorter, which I think is okay because sometimes you don't really want to listen to a super long podcast, and ours have so much information in them that it might be too much if they were any longer. But we would love to get your thoughts. Do you guys prefer the longer episodes or do you like shorter ones? But also, if there's any information that you want us to cover, just let us know and we will totally do that. But send us a DM and we will probably film that the next week.
I would be curious to get everyone's thoughts on that. One other thing that we do want to mention, we know that this isn't really related to today's episode, but it's definitely something that is important to your social media presence, and it seems to be happening a lot over the past few months. So you're probably seeing it. If you have a business account, you probably get these DMs that say something along the lines of, your account will be deactivated today if you don't respond. Well, they make it sound completely terrifying, right? Oh my God, I can't lose my Facebook, everything that I've worked for, however long. Please don't respond, don't engage, don't give them any sort of info. And I think above all else, don't click any of the links that they send you. So I will give them some credit because they do add like Facebook related profile pictures and all that jazz. They try to make themselves look legit. But if these individuals do gain access to your business profile, it can be really difficult to get it back. Sometimes it's impossible, to be honest, especially if they remove you as the account admin. So from there, they're also able to hack into your personal profile, change your password. If you have an ads account, they could then run ads and really rack up a huge credit card bill. It creates a whole mess. So just leave those alone. And then going along with this, if you've ever posted on Instagram and all of a sudden you start receiving the comments that say DM to promote on, and then they include the handle. Or you get DMs from someone that say that they can help you gain social media followers. Don't engage. Just don't. It's all scams. That's all we're going to say on the topic.
Yeah.
But, just going back to the topic at hand today, stories do have the power to captivate us, transport us, and even change our perspectives. And in the world of marketing, where brands are vying for our attention constantly, storytelling really can be a game changer.
Yeah, so let's break that down. What exactly is storytelling in marketing? So essentially, it's about using narratives to connect with your audience. So instead of just listing features and benefits, you're weaving a story that shows the value that your product or service brings. And why is this important? Our brains are wired to respond to stories. They create an emotional connection, which makes information more memorable and engaging. So studies even show that good stories can increase the feeling of trust and connection between a brand and its audience. So you're more likely to remember a brand that tells a compelling story about how their product helps someone overcome a challenge than one that just throws facts at you. But storytelling doesn't just mean that you're writing out a novel. It can be applied to all sorts of marketing content, from blog posts and social media captions to video testimonials and case studies.
Yeah, I think it's really just anything that evokes an emotion from people. Here's a simple way to just get started in storytelling. Most people just don't know where to begin. So think of a recent project that you might have worked on. These can be a gold mine for storytelling opportunities. So your key here is to break it down into those key elements. Imagine turning a project description into a case study with a clear narrative, arc, all that jazz. Who are the characters? What's the challenge that they're facing? What solutions do you offer? How do they ultimately benefit the client? If you want to really break it down, here's a helpful outline to follow when structuring your storytelling case study. I find this to be very helpful. I usually share it with people as they're getting started in this world. Focus first on the project background. So what's the background information? Set the scene, create a context that your audience can relate to, and then focus on the project challenges. So what problems were you helping your client solve? Why was this project important to them? And then discuss the options. So what solutions did you propose? How did these solutions address the client's needs? And then present the resolution. So what solutions did you propose? How did those solutions address the client's needs? And then focus on the evidence. So back up your claims with data, facts, even testimonials. Showcase the success of the project with concrete evidence. Obviously, this is focused more on something that's like strictly a project, but it can really be applied to all aspects of any industry. just don't focus so much on a project perspective and just focus on maybe just a potential problem that there was and how you resolved that. So it doesn't have to be as in depth, but that just gives you an outline of where to start. And then just always remember that the focus should be on your client as the hero in the story. So you're the guide who helped them overcome the obstacles and achieve their desired outcome.
Yep. So now let's turn that case study into content your audience wants to see and read about. So, as we hope you've learned, digital content can be powerful, but it only works if it's engaging. So, why is that important? First, it helps attract new customers. So, think about it. When you have a question, where do you go? Usually the internet. So, engaging content positions you as a trusted source of information, drawing potential customers to your business. And second, it keeps existing customers coming back for more. So fresh, informative content shows that you're invested in providing value upon the initial sale. And then finally, SEO. So search engines love high quality content, and the more you have, the higher your website will rank in search results. So let's start by taking that case study and turning it into a blog post, since that is generally where you would pull content from to form social media content, email campaigns, short and long form videos, and more. So I usually recommend doing some research at this step in the process. Figure out what questions your audience is asking and answer those in your content. You also want to identify key terms so you can target and optimize your content for search engines. So grab the reader's attention. Your headline is your first impression, so make it informative and intriguing. Think about what would pique your own interest as a reader. But then just get to the point. So aim for around 500 to 1,500 words for your blog post. That gives you enough space to dive into the topic without overwhelming your readers. And know that longer isn't necessarily always better. So you want to generate discussion, but not boredom. Try to keep your writing concise and engaging. And then remember that flow is key. So structure your content logically with a clear intro, body paragraphs, conclusion. And we find that outlines can be helpful for organizing your thoughts and showing you how much you want to structure your material.
And one thing I do just want to add on to that, when you're writing out your blog post, you don't have to actually write introduction or conclusion. Just know that you can
Yes,
dive right into the topic without having that in
that's
there.
that's
I think some
an
people forget
AI.
that.
Yes.
So now you might be asking, what additional content can I create from my case study or my blog post? You can do so much with this. So the great thing is that when you're creating a case study or blog post first, then you now have that material to batch out a bunch of content for the month. So some examples might include just on the social media side, a few that we use are project highlights. So you share bite-sized stats or graphics showcasing the project's impact. Behind the scenes are great, offering a sneak peek into the project process with like short video snippets or photos. Team brainstorming sessions are perfect. Progress updates, product production, things of that nature. You can really get creative there. Polls and then Q&A. So engaging your audience by asking questions related to that project's challenges or solutions. Client testimonials are great. Feature a short video clip or quote from the satisfied client expressing their experience. And those are really just a few of the ones that we use. There's plenty more that you can come up with for social media content. Really focus on what you think your audience is going to want to see there. And then next is a great one as well, video content. So the first option is to create short case study videos. So obviously the length of the video will depend on the depth of the case study that you're covering, but I would say keep it between 30 to 60 minutes at the very most, and then focus on what you had written out related to that case study. And then you can also create client interviews. So conducting a more in-depth interview with the client, allowing them to elaborate on their experience and the project's values. And then last is animated videos. So for complex projects, consider using animation to explain the process or problem your solution addressed. Obviously, instead of just seeing your face for 60 minutes, they're actually getting an in-depth view into the process. And then another thing too is you can create emails and newsletters from this content. So you could do a case study summary offering, a quick, concise overview of the project, highlight the client, the goals, the achievements, include a link to the full case study on your website. You can also focus on the client benefits. So emphasize how your solution benefited the client and their audience, and that's going to showcase, your expertise in the value proposition for your business. And then always be sure to include a call of action there. So encourage the readers to reach out for a consultation, discuss their own challenges. Maybe you have a download that you can provide for them, whatever that case might be. Be sure that you give them something that they can do after reading this. And then another thing too is client success stories. So share the case studies as a client success story, demonstrating the positive impact you can deliver. And that's, I mean, just getting started. There's obviously a lot more you can do with that, but
Yeah. I think there's also a few things that you have to keep in mind with this, making sure you're adapting the content to fit the specific platform's format and audience. Make sure you're using high quality images, infographics, or videos that will grab attention. Ensure your repurposed content reflects your brand voice and visual identity. And monitor which types of content resonate most with your audience and adjust your strategy accordingly. But by taking that case study and leveraging the content across multiple channels, you can definitely maximize its reach and its impact, showcase your expertise, and attract new clients.
yeah, I think it's pretty simple. Stories build connections. We have obviously learned that over the years. And when you tell a story, you're not just promoting your brand, you're really creating a bond with your audience. The research suggests that good stories, they increase oxytocin levels in the brain, it fosters a sense of trust and connection. We talked about that earlier. Um, so, make sure that you're promoting your content. You spend all of that time putting together this amazing material. You should be promoting it through your company's social media platforms. So take that case study, put it in the social media, put it in the newsletters. You can even reshare on your personal social media if you want. That's a great new way to reach people outside of the norm. And if you're struggling to develop a compelling story or narrative, I mean, that's where we come in. Here at SKC Creative, where we can help you craft those stories that are going to resonate with your target audience. It's what we do. So please reach out to us if you need us.
Yeah, I think that wraps things up for today. It's another very quick one, but thank you all for listening to us. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe for more marketing conversations. And you can always follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And if you're looking for free or discounted marketing softwares, downloads, and more, check out the link in the bio and Instagram. The handle is at SKC Creative _. But until next time, happy storytelling.
See you later.